Hello guys, welcome again to another episode of Pinoy in Australia. Today what we have is a Toyota Aurion. So some people call it Aurion or Aurion. I don't know how you pronounce it, guys. So the manufacturing date of this vehicle is 2007. So our issue is that there is a check engine light on the dash, and also the BSC and track control failure light is on. So the BSC, the vehicle stability control, is also on. So I think it's normal in Toyota to turn on the BSC light and the track control failure light when there is a problem with the engine management. So let's hook up the scan tools, guys, and let's find out what's the problem. The scan tool is already ready, so let's find the problem. Let's go to diagnosis, auto scan. So we have 3 fault in the ABS, 3 fault in engine management, and let's find out what are those faults. This vehicle, guys, has been stuck again the yard for a month because my daughter had her vacation in the Philippines for a month. So I try to use the vehicle, run the vehicle once a week to make the sensor and everything in good condition, but still problem come on. Usually when you're not using your vehicle, lots of issue is showing up. So let's make a quick report. It says here, engine control system malfunction. Let's go to from the beginning. P0354 current, ignition coil, primary secondary circuit. I think we have problem in ignition coil. Maybe our ignition coil is already playing up. It's same with my Toyota Cougar. Primary ignition coil D means that is ignition A, B, C, D. That's cylinder number 4. So Toyota is using alphabet to determine the cylinder of the engine. Or I don't know whether it's something to do with the scan tools. So primary secondary circuit, P0354 pending, ignition coil D, primary secondary circuit. So we have problem with the primary circuit, secondary circuit. Yeah, it's almost the same code, the first two. Ignition code D, primary secondary circuit. So there is also a history, there is pending, and this is current. So in our ABS we have C1201 current, so it's present. Engine control system malfunction. So the ABS module detecting that there is a problem with the engine management. And C1231 current, steering angle sensor circuit. So that's the one here in the steering wheel. So I don't think we have problem with the steering wheel sensor, because all these fault come on at the same time. So what I'm thinking that they are related. All this fault is caused by the engine misfire, ignition coil failure. So this another one, C0365. C0365 current deceleration sensor. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to erase it, and let's check whether it will come back. If the fault comes back, it means that we have a problem with our ignition coil, or somewhere in spark plug or in the warning, but commonly it's an ignition coil failure. And once we determine if there's really problem with the ignition coil, what we're going to do is we're going to do a study of the waveform of the failing ignition coil, and let's find out what is the shape of the failing ignition coil. So this case study is very helpful, guys, because there are some vehicles that you cannot access the ignition coil because you need to dig them out before you can have access with the ignition coil. One particular vehicle that I had encountered is the Holden pickup. That is Chevrolet. Before you can access the ignition coil, you need to remove the intake manifold. So another mode of the vehicle that I had encountered that it's very hard to access the ignition coil and spark plug is the SUV Mazda. So I forgot the model of that particular Mazda. So right now, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to erase the fault code, and let's see whether the fault will come back. So I'm going to erase all this fault, guys. So I'm gonna press that quick erase. So it's erasing pass now fault, so that's the BCM engine pass now fault. And what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to road test it, and let's see whether the fault will come back. Okay, guys, I had run the vehicle, guys. No fault code, guys. After erasing it, I road test it, the fault didn't come back. I think this fault is just starting, guys. So this is a symptoms of starting to fail ignition system circuit, or the ignition is starting to fail, or the circuit is starting to fail. So I think we need to wait for more time until the fault become permanent, guys. So right now everything good after I erase all the fault. So just wait, be patient, guys. I believe it will come back, guys. So as you can see, guys, engine pass no fault. The brake system, where's the brake system? You see the ABS BSC, it's pass no fault. No check engine light on the dashboard. So all we can do right now is wait until the fault will come back, because if we are going to check it right now, we will not see anything, because everything is normal during this time. So we need to be patient, guys. Okay, guys, this is what we did, guys. What we did is we transferred the suspected faulty fuel inject ignition coil, suspected faulty ignition coil that is cylinder number 4 to cylinder number 6. So we swap them. So we swap 6 ignition coil number 4 to ignition number 6. Then what we did is we erased the fault code. Right now there is no fault code. So maybe one factor that affect the fault to show up is the temperature of the vehicle. So we will leave the vehicle running for a while, and if the fault didn't show up, we are going to road test the vehicle until the fault will show up. So if the fault will move from ignition from cylinder number F ignition number 4 to ignition number 6. So according to the scan tools, the fault is on cylinder number D, and once it moves to cylinder F, which is cylinder number 6, that will confirm that our ignition coil that come from cylinder number 4 is faulty. So I put marking, guys, so I will not confuse. It's really bad if you forgot which one is the faulty one. So this is the suspected faulty one. So this is cylinder number 6. Okay, guys, the fault show up again, guys. I re-scan it, and the fault moves from cylinder number 4 to cylinder number 6. So before, according to the scan tools, it says ignition coil D, not F before. D, primary secondary circuit. Right now it says ignition coil F, primary secondary circuit. F is cylinder number 6. So from number 4, that fault moves to number 6. So we have a faulty ignition coil of cylinder number 4. So once I'm going to order the parts, guys. Once the new parts arrive, we will put the original location of ignition coil number 6 back to its original position, so cylinder number 6. Then I'm going to put the new ignition coil on the cylinder number 4, guys. So right now, guys, what we're going to do is wait for the parts, or I'm going to order the parts today, and let's hope that within a week the parts will arrive. So I'm going to order the parts from eBay, because the only place where you can find cheapest part is on the eBay. So okay, guys, see you on the next video, guys. Wait for the repair of this fault, guys. Okay, guys, this is the perfect image of the current waveform of the ignition coil number 4, guys. So right now the image of the current is perfect, guys. There is no sudden raise up in the front part on this part of the waveform, guys. So if there's a sudden increase, sudden up of the drawing, guys, that indicates that there is a voltage short circuit in the ignition coil, guys. But right now, since the ignition coil is working fine, all the details of the waveform, the trigger and the current waveforms are perfect, guys. So right now, as you can see, the maximum voltage that the trigger providing to the ignition coil, that is the signal coming from the computer, is 4.52 volts. It is the maximum, and the maximum current is 1.4 ampere. So right now, our channel 2, which is monitoring the current of the ignition coil, is set up to 1 milliseconds and 200 milliampere per division, and we are using the low current clamp. So right now it is set on the 1 millivolts per 1 millivolts per 100 milliampere. So on the triggers, guys, that is channel 1 into channel 1, channel 3, channel 3, guys. So channel 3 is set on 1 millisecond, guys, per division. That's on horizontal, and on vertical is 4 volts per division. And we are using attenuator, guys, 20:1 to protect the scope, guys. So right now, guys, everything is working fine. So fault is intermittent, and I think one of the factors that causing the ignition coil to fail is the temperature, guys. So right now, guys, since we confirm that the ignition coil number 4 is faulty by swapping it from number 4 to 6, and before we scan the vehicle, the fault is on cylinder number 4. After swapping it, the fault moves to cylinder number 6, and that's confirmed that our ignition coil is faulty. The ignition coil coming from cylinder number 4. So right now I put the marking, guys. I already have the new parts, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the number 4 and put the new ignition coil to cylinder number 4, and put ignition coil number 6 to cylinder number 6. So I will put it to its original location, guys. So after after putting the new ignition coil, guys, I will inform you guys whether it fixed the problem, guys. So I'm 100%, guys, ignition coil number 4 is faulty, guys. Okay, guys, this is our new parts, guys. Just arrived from eBay, guys. So this is only aftermarket, guys. Everything right now is made in China. Okay, guys, this is our brand new ignition coil, guys. So we're going to install this one, guys. Then I'm going to use the vehicle, guys, and then I will update you what will happen, guys. 100% we have faulty ignition coil. Okay, guys, this is ignition coil number 4, guys. This is the one have problem, guys, and I inspect it, guys. So there is a clue what's happening to this ignition coil. So I hope you can see it, guys. See that portion, guys? This one, guys. See, there is a rust on this portion, guys, full of rust. I wipe it with rags, and as you can see, the plastic part of the ignition coil is a little bit some kind of deformed because of heat, and I think the high voltage current is jumping out on this portion, and that's causing the misfire, guys. So I already installed the new ignition coils, guys, so it's better to replace it than to clean it and reuse this one, because sometimes faulty ignition coil make the ECM fail. It damages the ECM. So if you can see it, guys, I think because of the heat created during the leakage of the high voltage electricity, guys, it some kind of, see, there's a deformity on the ignition coil. So I think that's the problem, guys. And I removed this one, Let's remove it again. In this area, no really visible. I don't think whether there's a spot here. Whether this spot here, guys. That one. I'm not sure whether that's the one that sign of the leakage of the high voltage, guys. Because this, see, you can still see the brown color of the rust. Because this area is full of rust, and this one, see that one. So because of heat, it deformed the plastic. Heat generated by the voltage arcing come from the output of the ignition coil. So the new parts is already installed, guys. So I'm going to road test the vehicle, and I will update you when the fault is no longer appearing on the system. So 100%, guys, I know it's fixed, guys. This is the cause of the problem, guys. Okay, guys, this is our new ignition coil, guys, and I will also replace the socket of the ignition coil because they are already faulty, guys. So previously some of the shop repaired this ignition coil. They put silicone because the locking mechanism is already missing. So what they did, they put some kind of silicone sealant so the socket will stay on its original position. So if you want how to replace this one, I have a previous video, guys. That's belong to Toyota Kluger. Toyota Kluger and this Toyota Aurion have the same engine, guys. And on the Toyota Kluger, guys, I replaced this socket, guys. If you want to learn how to replace this coil, guys, just watch that video, guys. Go to my channel, guys, and check it. So I'm going to put back the cover, guys. Okay, guys, I had rescanned the vehicle, and this is the vehicle, Toyota Aurion, and everything is fast. Engine have no fault. There's no more fault on the ABS, BSC, and track control. So let's go to the engine ECM, engine control module. So we had investigated the ignition coil. There is an evidence that there is a high voltage leak on the tip of the ignition coil. So the rubber portion, that's where it's leaking, guys. So it also leaves some kind of evidence, deformity in the ignition coil. As we inspected the ignition coil, there is some kind of deformity caused by heat on the plastic body of the ignition coil. So that is an evidence that there was a leakage of high voltage output of the ignition coil. So on the secondary, guys. So right now, guys, no more fault. I'm 100%, guys, that no more fault on this vehicle, guys. So better to replace the ignition coil than to clean it, and it in the future it will come up again. And the most bad scenario, guys, is the faulty ignition coil can cause damage on the ECM, guys. So better replace it, guys. So I had replaced my Toyota Kluger with the same aftermarket ignition coils, guys. I have no issue with the aftermarket, guys. So it depends on the company, what company makes the ignition coil. So this one is I purchased this one on eBay Australia. So I believe the quality is good. I believe that ignition coil is designed designed here by engineer in Australia and manufactured in China. So I believe our parts is good, guys. So my Toyota Kluger and Toyota Aurion, guys, have the same type of engine, guys. So both of them are a B6 engine, the same model, guys. So on my Toyota Kluger, I replaced it I think last year. Until right now, no more problem, guys. So it happened during the time of the peak of pandemic, guys. So today is already 2013 February. So still no more problem, guys. So I believe this is a second hand, not second hand, aftermarket brand new ignition coil will last long, guys. So I will update you guys if there will be problem, guys. Okay, guys, my daughter had been using the vehicle for a few days, guys, and no more fault comes back, guys. So it confirmed the fix, guys. My daughter used it for going to work, guys. So this is her service going to work, guys. So everything is fine, guys. It fixed the problem. So the problem of our ignition coil is there is a leakage of high voltage output of the ignition coil on the edge between the housing of the ignition coil and the rubber seal, guys, in the tip of the ignition coil. So I had shown you in the early part of the video that there is some kind of deformity caused by the heat that was generated by the leakage of the high voltage output of the ignition coil. So that's the cause of the misfire, guys. So okay, guys, if you like more video like this, guys, please consider subscribing to our channel, guys, and please press that notification bell so you will be notified every time I do a video, and please press the like button also, guys. Okay, guys, see you in the next video. Bye.